Hey guys! Okay, today I have a lot I want to talk to you about. First, you will notice that I have one eye done and I have one eye not done. I'm going to do a tutorial today. When I do tutorials, it's based on things that I have previously Googled before I got into beauty, because I am a guru now, and I was unable to find videos on what I wanted to do. So I had to learn how to do it myself. First, let's talk about my MAC haul. I went to MAC yesterday and I got a couple new pigments that I really want to share with you guys, and that's going to help complete this look. You also may or may not have noticed, but I cut 4 inches off of my hair. My hair was down to the middle of my back, so 4 inches is a lot for me. It was a big step. Girls, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so first, let's talk about this brush. This is the MAC 217 brush, and it is a synthetic blending brush. If you can see, oh look, it's upside down, Brooke. There you go. You can see that a lot better. The bristles are super fluffy. It's just absolutely amazing. I used it today to create this look, and it's seamless, the blending. The brush does all of the work for you. Sometimes when you get a cheaper brand of brushes, it's not going to. You're going to find yourself having to really apply pressure to get the look that you're going for. Not with this guy. He is pricey, but he's going to last you forever. So, I also picked up the Studio Sculpt foundation. As you know, Estee Lauder Double Wear is my holy grail foundation. It's full coverage, it is seamless, it's wonderful. Let's count how many times I say seamless in this video. I think that was already twice. This goes on beautifully. I hardly need to use any of this. It's the same with Estee Lauder Double Wear. I've tried both that and Kat Von D. I love everything else Kat Von D makes, but sometimes her foundation is a little too cakey and thick for me. So I feel like I needed something a little thinner in the dry months. You're also going to see a post coming up about my winter skin regimen to help with the dryness and the flakiness of the skin. This keeps you dewy, this keeps you moist, this gives some warmth to your skin, and a little bit goes a long way. The nice thing about this, it's silicone based, and when you put it on, I used my beauty blender to apply it today. I don't know where my beauty blender is right now. But you can also use a stippling brush, and the great thing about a stippling brush is the bristles are different lengths, okay? So it's going to help distribute your foundation a little more evenly. When you rub your face after applying this foundation, I am actually an NW20, so that's a neutral warm. The more that you buff the foundation, the more coverage that you get. It's buildable in that sense. You don't need to actually apply more makeup. Love it. Okay, moving on to the pigments. These I actually got sent to me in the mail. This one is Push the Edge. This is from a holiday edition, and if you can see it, it is purple, my favorite color. Obviously, we're doing my first eye look on purple. It is a gorgeous color. The next one is Kitschmas. This one they will always have in store. It's a white, pink, purple, sheeny, just, it's heavenly. These are loose pigments. If you're not familiar with loose pigments, that's fine. These are very easy to work with. We'll get into glitters in another time. When you are going to use the pigments though, you're gonna wanna use the cap. So you're going to just, a little goes a long way. So just tap a little bit into the cap, and then you can pick it up with the brush that way. Okay, also I picked up Blankety. Now many of you may already have this shade in your collection. It is the perfect nude color. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. That's not what I'm wearing today though. Today I am wearing Kat Von D. You will see these are my 2 favorite brands, and I am so sorry that I Oh, it's behind here. This one is Wonder Child. It's gorgeous. It's a lot more intimidating in the bottle than it is on. If you can see, it's just a beautiful lilac color. The more you put on, the more it's going to show. And I just paired it with a purple lip liner to help it to not bleed. And the Pantone color of the year is Marsala. So that is not emerald like it was in 2013. Last year it was orchid. This is a nude color, so this color is really going to be something that everybody can wear. This will be shown in my blog because I will, in the pictures below, I will be doing these nails tonight. Okay, so let's get to it. First of all, eye primer. I have learned how important this is. I have tried several different primers and I keep going back to Urban Decay's original eyeshadow primer potion. You only need a little bit, again. You just squeeze it out. It is the same color as your eye, and you're just going to want to blend this all over your eye. Now, one of the things I will also be talking about is I have hooded eyelids. Some of you may not have them. Some of you may have them not as severe as I do. But if you look, when I open my eye, the lid is completely covered. So unless my eyeshadow is extending up here, you're not going to see what it looks like. So I'm going to show you how to actually apply your shadow or pigment on the hood, and that will help. Now, if you don't have a hooded eye, you're just going to use the crease of your eye. So I'll be referencing both of those terms as we go along. Okay, so once you have the primer, now I will be looking back and forth in my mirror here. Once you have the primer set everywhere. Oh, also, just so you know, I've clearly done my eyes, my blush, my contour. My next tutorial will be on contouring as I keep getting requests to kind of build off of the written posts now that I'm doing videos. And I've done my eyebrows. I did not put concealer on yet. Typically, you will have some fallout with glitters and pigments, so I will clean that up with my concealer. The next thing I'm going to show you is a trick that I learned. How many people have this on their vanity? Probably not many. I surely didn't. This is going to help us know exactly where we want our eyeshadow to end because some people can take it further than it actually needs to be. First thing you want to do is you want to put the piece of tape on your hand. This is going to help remove some of the adhesive, so it's not removing the makeup off of your face when you put it on your face, and it's not hurting you as well. You're going to want to place the tape at the end here, and you're going to want to extend it up to the end of your eyebrow. Okay, so there we go. Now, usually I will do this at the same time so that I know that my eyes are equal, or my eyeshadow is equal rather. So now that I have that, again, I have hooded eyes, so I need to play with it a little bit so that it's not going to be stuck to my hood. But again, we will use the 217 blending brush to kind of smooth out the rough edges because I'm not looking for a complete sharp line. Maybe if I was going out, but that's not what I'm looking for today. Okay, so now that we have that on there, we can go ahead and begin. The first thing that I want to do is I want to put a base coat over my entire eye. And I am going to use Kat Von D's Chrysalis palette. For this, I'm going to use a matte color, so I'm going to be using this top one, and this is Lucid. No, I'm sorry. This is Lifelike, okay? It's kind of a white, kind of cream. This is more of a taupe, and this is more of a pink. So if you see, this is white in comparison. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to use light blending brush. This one's actually e.l.f. Hey, they don't always have to be name brand. So I will take that, And I will just put that all over my eye. Now, you don't really need to be too specific with this, but I do go all the way up to my brow bone and below the socket. So if you're not familiar with terminology that I'm using, this is the crease of your eye, okay? If you push in, it's right below the eye socket, okay? So we're going to just put the eyeshadow all over and transition up. Now, you will hear a lot of people say if you have hooded eyes to not use shimmers. Well, you know what? I don't like to follow the rules, so I will use shimmer until I can no longer pull it off, and I think I could still pull it off. Okay, so now that we've got that down, we are going to want to immediately go into the dark shades. Personally, I like to get the dark out of the way, then I put the light on, and then you blend it all together in one. Okay, so for this, I'm going to take, I always forget the name, it's so new, Push the Edge. I'm going to take it and I'm literally going to put a tap in. This is highly pigmented. So then I will take just a dual-ended brush here and I will gently dab it in, shake it off. Now, if you don't have a hooded eye, you're going to apply this to the outer crease. You are going to go about halfway to the center of your eye. If you have a hooded eye, you're going to apply this on the hood, meaning you want to be able to see this when your eyes are open. So I kind of, look a little slow and tired so that my eye shows the hood exactly where I want it. And I gently place it there. Now, to prevent fallout, you want to pat as much as you can. You don't want to swipe or drag unless you have a blending brush, because then that helps eliminate the fallout. Okay. I need to keep looking over here a little bit. My bangs, I should have pulled them back just so I can see exactly what I've done here. Okay, so done this. And blending, 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 pushing, pushing, pushing. Okay, perfect. That's exactly how I want this to look. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do, now that I have my dark color, is I'm going to get a transition color. A transition color is something that I'm going to once we complete the eyeshadow, I'll be highlighting my brow bone. So it's going to help my face look up and it's going to make my eyebrows look higher than they actually are. So the transition shade is the shade that's between that highlight and your actual dark color. Now, I believe I used my Urban Decay Shadow Box palette, and I chose Bordello. Bordello is this nice, pretty, shimmery color right there. And I'm going to take another brush and do a little more patting. If you have a double-sided brush, feel free to always use it. You can use the dark on one side and the light on the other side, okay? So I will take that and I will actually just grab my 217 right away and I will pick up some powder and I will put that up here. And here's where I will do a little of the blending. Perfect. Okay, the next color that I'm going to use is going to be the Vanilla by MAC. This is going to go towards the center of my eye. You can use a highlight pencil if you want to. I like to use eyeshadow, just keep it simple. So sometimes I'll just rub it on my hand to make sure I don't have a dark color. So I'll put that on there, tap that off, and then apply that to the center over here, following it all the way up. Grab a little more. And follow it all the way up and down. Okay. And now here is where Kitschmiss comes in. This color is absolutely just gorgeous. There can be days where I am just going to put this all over my lid and call it a day. Pat some more of that pigment, and then this is going to go in the middle of my eye. So not here, not here, right here, all the way up to the crease, to my brow bone. Perfect. Okay. Next, I'm going to take a pencil brush. Pencil brush is kind of domed. It's very, very dense. The bristles are densely packed in. And I'm going to take Just Before Dawn, which is kind of a brownie purple. I just want to get a little more definition in the corner, just at the outer V. So I'm going to literally put it right along the line of the tape. Okay, and then the last thing is I'm going to then go back to push the edge and finish off. Oh, I still have some in the lid. Perfect. So I will take my 217 brush and I will finish off with that. Dab it in, shake it, and then I'm going to pat it so that it's a little bit darker. And then now I will just blend. That's the thing about eyeshadows, dark colors and eyeshadows. You definitely want to make sure you're doing a lot of blending. Now, if you have some fallout, you want to just take care of that before you take the tape off. This is why I use my fan brush. It's a very, very light brush, and it just cleans up anything that you have going on. So that is all cleaned up. I'm just going to pull my mirror just a little bit closer just so I can see exactly what I have here, and looking good so far. Okay, so then the last thing is I'm going to be using Benefit's Highbrow. This is going to go directly under my brow bone, right at the arch here, as close as possible. And then I just take my finger and kind of blend that down. Perfect. Okay, now, moment of truth. We're gonna take the tape off. We're gonna take the tape off. Say that 3 times fast. Okay, so I go from the bottom up, and you see you have a pretty sharp line. You also see that you have some coloring here. So now I will find my beauty blender. Oh, good Lord. I don't know where I put my beauty blender. Okay, oh, here it is. Okay, so I will just kind of try to pat any of the coloration away so that I'm not messing up my makeup and my blush. Okay, perfect. Okay, now this is when I will put my concealer on, because I want to get I'm using Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics. And I will just put a dab on my finger and warm it up. I rub it together like this so that it warms up, because it's a very thick concealer. And then I will take that and dab that all the way under my eye, and I will move it up here. And we are almost done, people. And then I will go back to another clean blending brush, and I will just buff out all the edges here so it's a nice smooth edge. Now, if you are doing your eyes and you notice that one may be a little different than the other, if you're not doing them at the same time, which typically you should be, you can actually just, like for example, I want a little more sparkle in the center here, so I'll reach for Kitschmas again and just put some right back in the middle so that I have some more sparkle to completely get it to match the other eye. Yes, yes, I like. Okay, last thing is eyeliner and mascara. Now, with a hooded eye, I also struggle with trying to make a cat eye because the wing of the cat eye can get lost in the folds of my eyelids. So I'm going to take Makeup Forever's eyeliner, which of course I misplaced. I am very sorry, guys, but this is just stuff that happens when you are trying to make a video spur of the moment. And sure enough, it is gone. I cannot find my purple liner for the life of me. Okay, so we will just grab a black liner instead. I used, or you know what? We can just grab the brown eyeliner because it's going to be exactly the same as the purple eyeliner that I used. So I'm using Makeup Forever's Aqua Liner. I was using it in purple on my left eye, and now I will use it in brown just to show you. I like to tight line. If I'm doing dramatic makeup like this, I don't necessarily feel like I need dramatic eyeliner. So I will just tight line, meaning tight line can mean two things for different people. It can mean where you go directly to the lash line on top of your eye, or you can lift up your lashes and actually do the waterline. Now, I will do the waterline. This definitely takes some practice. You are just doing the waterline underneath your lashes. And you will see that it actually, it defines the line. It defines the eye, but it's very, minimal. Now, if you wear contacts, do this at your own discretion. Okay. And then to do the flick of the cat eye, I'm just going to pull up my skin a little bit, and I'm just going to go up towards where I had my tape. And then bring it back down. And then yes, this is where you need to actually look and make sure that they're both even. And if you need to go up a little more, you can. You can make a cat eye as dramatic or non-dramatic as you want to make it. But keep in mind, depending on the shape of your eye, the higher up that you go with the line rather than out, the more lifted your eye is going to look. So then to finish off the look, I would use my eyelash curler, but I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I'm using Kat Von D's Immortal Lash, which has a crazy, crazy awesome, dangerous wand. And just applying the mascara to both the top, oh, fabulous, the top and bottom lashes to finish off the look. And that's it. So I will have all of the information on all of the products that I use listed in my blog. And if you guys have any questions or want to see any other types of specific tutorials based on your eye shape or your face shape, please let me know and I will be happy to do so. Remember, my next tutorial is going to be contouring, and I'm super excited about that one because this is just life-changing. Makeup is art, people, and I love playing with makeup because I can be a different person every day. I can accentuate my features. It's overall a wonderful thing. So I hope you guys all have a great night, and thanks for watching.